Let me tell you something. The child support system is affecting fathers in their kids' life. It's fucking up the relationship with the father and the child. See, I'm finna tell you something about this thing called co-parenting. See, keeping your child away from their father ain't gonna bring that man back to you. It only affect the child in the future. Cause when a man fed up, it ain't nothing you could do about it. But see, obviously, we as parents, we as men and women ain't gonna always get along. It might have been a split decision. I was in that pussy, nut in that pussy, and cost me 9 months worth of pain. It might have been I just got there and liked your smile that night. It could have been the alcohol. It could have been whatever the case. But see, now we got this baby, and we got to see about this baby. You can't keep me away from my child. You can't put me on child support just because I don't want to be with you. You hear? You can't do that. And see, you holding me up from my child will only affect my child. It affect the growth. It affect the learning ability. It affect the teachings. You understand me? You got to keep me in my child life. Because see, even though we ain't work out, that child ain't asked to be here. So let me tell you how this shit works, see. The child support system is built to break up kids' relationships with their fucking father. You understand me? Because all it's about is a dollar bill. And once a man go to slaving for that money to take care of his child, he don't forgive for, hey, listen, ain't no Christmas, ain't no birthdays, ain't no motherfucking Easter, none of that shit, because I give it to your mama every month. And see, that's what happens. A man is so immature that he forget that he got to do things regardless what you giving this woman a month. You still got to be in that child life. But some of these niggas are goddamn tear their ass downtown and pay that little fee and going on about their business and throw rims on their Chevy and act like they never had a child. And see, the thing about a child is, see, a father can start over and have as many kids as he want. A mama can't start over because, see, it's papa's baby. Mama baby, but papa maybe. A mama gotta be there. And see, I'm going to tell y'all how this shit work. One thing I respect about T.I. and Tiny, they just parted ways, they divorced, they got them working it out for the kids, and they doing an excellent job co-parenting amongst the child because they understand that these kids ain't asked to be here. And even though you ain't work out with you, we ain't gonna bring this involved with our kids. We gonna be here for our kids. So let me tell you something, little mama. Let's talk about co-parenting. Let's talk about ways to get our daddies and our fathers out the child support system, especially if he'll do for that child. So you got to understand, little mama. Yeah, you might put him on child support, but see, I'm going to tell you something. Some of these niggas you might get more from if you keep the system out y'all business. Sometimes you just got to talk to a nigga and be like, look here, daddy, we ain't work out, but I need you to be here for little Junior. Give him a chance first. Stop goddamn dick hopping. Stop trying to hop on his mushroom tip all the time and goddamn work out a co-parenting situation where y'all could bring up this child the right way, because we got too many young niggas out here, 12, 13, 14, 16, and 18, getting charged as adult for murder, robbery, and all type of other dumb shit. And see, fathers need to be in their kids' life. And child support system fucking that up. It's hindering the father from being in their child. And then you got these spiteful ass mamas out here because they can't be in the motherfucking kid daddy life no more. Now they want to hold the kid hostage. Yeah. And then goddamn it, the kid grow up in the prison system, you understand me, and ain't get the right teaching from the father. And now he growing up in the prison system where you got these young motherfucking mutts out here that ain't had no father to teach them how to choose and pick and how to stay in school. You understand me? You got to goddamn let this man raise his child. Who the fuck raised you? Let me tell you something. This child support system can stop. It starts with us. It starts with us as parents. The first thing we got to do is realize we not made for each other, little mama. We got to work this out for the kids. Once we realize that, let's work on the second strategy on teaching the kids one thing. Now, I can't teach my kid that wrong is wrong and right is right, and you teaching them only wrong shit, because the child gonna go with the easier teaching. And see, it's hard to do right out here. If I'm teaching my kid right, you got to teach them right too in your household. That's the only way this child gonna grow up in the right state of mind, knowing that we already ain't together to bring them up together. We got to teach this child one way. Even though we don't stay together and we don't deal with each other no more, we still got to teach this child one principle. If you bringing your child up in the Christian, Jewish, Baptist, or Catholic, or whatever, it need to be one motherfucking teaching, one religion in that household. You can't bring your child up in Christian church on Sunday and then the next week he going to church with his mama and they going to Catholic. You confusing the child. See, you got to understand, a child is already curious. You got to be here for your kids and grow them up the right way. You got to teach little Junior some shit. And see, I blame a lot of you niggas out here. Wait, let me go back. I blame you women who keep these young boys out their daddy life, because the daddy supposed to teach the goddamn child about the bird and the motherfucking bee. But see, since he ain't there, little Junior out there sticking his motherfucking bee in the bird and creating some little birds, and before it's his time, he got them 13, 14, 16 years old with a baby on the motherfucking way. You understand me? Because you want to be spiteful and keep the motherfucking child out of his daddy life. You cannot do that. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. You can't motherfucking do that. Little mama, you got to keep little Junior and little mama in his daddy life, her daddy life, because she need her daddy, man. Kids need their fathers. You got to understand this. Little mama, you can't be trying to be friends with your motherfucking kids, dog. You around here trying to hang out in the club with your daughter. You too motherfucking old. No, damn well you too motherfucking old around here turning up with your own baby. What type of motherfucking mama you is, bitch? You can't be doing that. Who the fuck raised you, bitch? Let me tell you something. You cannot do that. You got to teach your kids that you the mama. You got to lay down discipline, because I'm going to tell you something. When the daddy ain't in the house already, they going to give you hell. They going to be bad. And see, I'm going to tell you something else. You don't want to create a monster and then go to the daddy with the problem when you ain't in his life already. He going to give you his ass to kiss because you created that monster. You taught that child that. You spoiled that child. You can't spoil your kids, dog. You got to teach your kids the reward system. When your kids do good, you reward them. We all want our kids to have a better life. We all want our kids to be happy. But when our kids fucking up, you got to let them know they fucking up. And when they doing good, you got to reward them so they'll understand the difference. Like I just told you, kids are curious. Kids will go with whatever parent giving them their way. If both parents ain't giving them their way, they got only one option. That's to do the right motherfucking thing. But when Mama Bear over here got them giving them what they want, got them letting them hang out all night, letting them do whatever they want to do, they gonna disregard whatever daddy's saying until they get up in age, and then they want to say, Daddy, I should have listened to you. See, I'm gonna tell you something. You don't want your child having the life you have. You supposed to create the life for your child that was better than yours. And the only way you can do that if y'all both co-parent the right way. Being that y'all didn't work out, don't take it out on the child. Little mama, being that you can't have him no more, don't you be spiteful for that daddy, because that daddy got to be in little Junior and little mama life. Because remember, God don't take our anger on fools, and he don't take our anger on children. He take it out on you and him. And see, when you hindering your child from his father or her father, you blocking your own blessings, fool. You got to understand this child ain't be here. He got to be in his motherfucking child life, little mama. You got to motherfucking let him be in her life. You understand me? So I'm going to tell you something. Co-parenting is got to be cause see these kids growing up with fatherless homes. They robbing, killing, stealing, they drug dealing, and they don't know nothing else. See, a kid is brought up thinking like, man, I need to be a football player, a basketball player. They ain't thinking I need to be an owner. I need to stand in the stands like the big motherfuckers with the big belly, Jerry Jones and all these motherfuckers who own some shit. I need to be a player. That's the mindset of a black child. I'm going to be a star football player. I'm going to play on the field. See, that's modern day slavery. They on the field slaving, and the owner, the white owner, in the motherfucker stands watching the motherfuckers work. See, we got to teach our kids how to be owners. And like I say, it starts with co-parent. He can't be teaching that, and you teaching him how to be a motherfucking worker. Teach your kids, boss them up young, because they going to take care of your ass. Let me tell you something. Right now, you changing their pampers. Right now, you feeding them. One day, they're going to be changing your pamper because you're going to get old. You can't do it yourself. One day, they're going to be feeding you because you're going to get old and you're in the hospital bed. They got to move you in your house because your pension done kicked in and you can't afford to stay on your own. You got to stay with your kids. But if you don't mold your kids right, you going to be out there on the motherfucking street still with your kids, because there's some motherfuckers out here that's 50 and 60 that still stay with their mama, not because they ain't got no choice. It's because they ain't been taught how to do better with their life. It start with co-parent. You got to start from an infant to a motherfucking senior. You got to stay on your kid. One thing about your kids, they yours forever. A motherfucking woman will leave her mama, she'll leave you. A nigga will leave home, he'll leave you. But your kids are yours forever. Take advantage of that. Get in your kids' life. Teach your kids. They did not ask to be here. You have to be in your kids' life. This is important, because I'm sick of turning on the motherfucking news and seeing our young black kids in prison. I'm sick of turning on the news, seeing these motherfucking babies being thrown away by black mothers that's 16 and 17 years old. Just learn how to motherfucking change their motherfucking tampon, and they pregnant because they ain't got no daddy or no mama to teach them the right way. Stop spoiling your kids and start rewarding your kids when they do right. Y'all need to converse and work some shit out where y'all learning what y'all teaching in one household. And if you don't agree, y'all converse with that. Don't confuse the child. Don't turn your children against their daddy because you don't fuck with them. Because I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. You're going to tarnish that child's future when you could have helped and savaged the child. Fuck the relationship, savage the child, because your child is yours. Understand what I'm saying. This is real shit. We got to have relationships with our kids because they growing up in a time where the world going to shits. These young men turning gay, and these young women out here dyking, slanging pussy left and right like club flyers. We got to stop them now. Understand what I'm motherfucking saying, man. It started in the household. We